we really had to like make up for the fact that we didn't have a pretty background last week, so we were like really on top of it because we had a green screen. We had to be, yeah. We had to be. There was no other content, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least now if a bird flies in, we could be like, oh, look, there's a bird, ha ha. Yeah, this went off the rails so quick.
We talk in that exact accent,
Yeah. When you guys wonder like what we sound like off camera, like this is voice acting.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like
my voice isn't this.
I'm not gonna do it again. You know,
man.
I think that would make a funny sitcom. You know, by funny I mean not.
That would not be funny at all.
I don't think sitcoms are really funny anymore.
Yeah, they don't really age. Well, some age well, but if they're not done right, you can tell off the bat. You know.
Yeah, I think that like TV as a format is also kind of having a hard time. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times, like you'll see these formats that did really well. They try to keep pushing them out, but they don't do as well nowadays.
Yeah.
Like sitcoms nowadays, they kind of just feel like cheesy remakes. Mm-hmm. You got like game shows that just try to be so over the top.
Because there's only so many jokes and plots that you can have
in the same format.
Exactly. There's always these character archetypes that every show follows as well. And it's not like you can differentiate that far from that without it being like too ridiculous. You know?
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
definitely. I also think that like the remakes of everything are or like the reboot kind of.
Fuller House.
Yeah. How I Met Your Father or whatever it is. I forget what it's called. There's like some reboot where it's like the opposite thing. Because they did Girl Meets World too.
Yeah.
You know, but that was a Disney show, which was weird.
It was also like weirdly dramatized and like serious for some reason.
Yeah.
Like I would watch fucking what else was on at that time? Like fucking Jessie or something, and then Girl Meets World would come on, and I'm just like sad.
Yeah. Well, it's because they were trying to like meet that same tone because they knew that it had a more adult audience from the Boy Meets World audience.
Yeah.
I grew up with Boy Meets World, kind of. I was like middle school, and I like binge watched the whole series with my sister. Mm-hmm. Definitely all reruns because I'm not a 90s baby, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's weird to see things kind of get brought back. Aren't they doing like a Bel Air show and it's kind of like a dramatic remake?
Yep. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I had seen LMAO. I had seen SNL. SNL like did a skit where they were like remaking Urkel in the same way. And it was so like, I don't know. SNL is one of those things that like hurts me too right now. Because it used to, I don't even want to be the guy that's like, it used to be so funny. But it's like, right now, the only thing I really go to is like the Weekend Update.
Yeah.
Because it has more of like a stand-up kind of format to it. So like I think Colin Jost and Michael Che play off each other. Michael Che is really funny. Yeah. He just came out with like a comedy special a few months ago, and it was great.
Yeah.
But it's even on the Weekend Update, there's parts that are just like, yo, Baby Yoda.
I get that. I mean, sketch comedy, I won't say that, because some sketch comedy can still be funny, but particularly LMAOs and SNLs.
Man.
Like, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It feels very...
played out. I mean, like...
Yeah.
I think it's kind of similar to what we were saying about, like, sitcoms and
formulaic,
game shows. Yeah.
Corporate, I guess.
I think that, like... especially nowadays, their sketch comedy tends to... Somebody on TikTok said this, and I'll figure out who said it, but they were like, nowadays they kind of like tell the joke and then tell you why the joke is funny. They like over-explain what the joke is. In every single skit, there's a character that like right after a joke is made, they're like, well, isn't that because... And, you know, it kind of kills the whole like figuring it out for yourself thing.
Yeah.
I would kind of agree. I think sometimes that's a little too harsh, but like I have seen it enough to where it's like, yeah, I could see it as valid criticism. But, you know, I think TV's dying. You know, daddy streaming service is just spanking them right now.
There's so many different ways you could have went about saying that, but you chose